Sometimes half the battle of weight loss is just knowing what to track to lose body fat. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. And that goes for most aspects of our lives, right? For many people, weight loss success is dependent on having an effective system of tracking calories to know how much energy they're consuming and burning. Calories in, calories out, right? Weight loss really is that simple. But how can you figure out how many calories you burn per day? In other words, how do you figure out your baseline and determine how many calories you should be eating to hit your goals? In this video, we're going to give you the tools and resources to help you figure out your calorie target to hit your nutrition goals. Let's get started. Basal Metabolic Rate, aka BMR, helps you figure out how many calories your body burns each day, and it's the basis of your metabolism. Your BMR is the minimum number of calories that your body needs to function at rest. You may think you only need energy to exercise or to work, but your body needs energy to keep you alive and all your organs functioning properly. Your BMR is not in itself a tool for weight loss, but it's a helpful starting point to figure out how much energy you should be consuming to keep your body healthy. To accurately calculate your BMR, you'll need to visit a sports science lab that's capable of measuring your BMR. Unfortunately, most of us are not lucky enough to have access to expensive testing, which is why we can use a simple formula instead. While there are many tools and formulas out there that can be used to calculate BMR, the Catch-McCardle formula is often the most accurate. To calculate your BMR, simply take your lean body mass in kilograms, multiply it by 21.6, and then add 370. If you don't know what your lean body mass is, you can use the US Navy body fat calculator to estimate your body fat percentage using a tape measure and measuring your waist, hip, and neck measurements. We'll add a link in the comments. So let's say you're 100 kilograms and have a body fat percentage of 30%, which means you have 70 kilograms of lean body mass. Multiply 70 by 21.6 to get 1,512. And then add 370 to get 1,882 calories. This method isn't perfect, but it's an easy place to start. Once you have this number, you have your basal metabolic rate, the amount of energy your body burns at rest with no daily movement like running, walking, or working. Next, we need to calculate your physical activity level. Physical activity level, or PAL, is a ratio calculated by dividing the total energy expenditure by basal metabolic rate. PAL consists of any activity like daily activities such as exercising, walking to work, and fidgeting. So all things being equal, someone who works a desk job will have a lower PAL than someone who works a job where they're on their feet and moving all day. To calculate your total daily energy expenditure, we take your basal metabolic rate and multiply it by your physical activity level, which matches how active you are. Let's say you have a 60 kilogram female with a BMR of 1,600 calories per day. She's very inactive with a desk job and no current workout routine, so we estimate her PAL to be 1.2. That means her TDEE is 1,600 times 1.2, which equates to 1,920 calories per day. This is her estimated caloric maintenance set point. If she eats 1,920 calories, she won't put on weight or lose it. Once we have this number, we can manipulate it up or down to create weight loss or weight gain. Now, what can go wrong with calculating TDEE? Well, most people overestimate how active they are and underestimate how much food they're eating. When calculating TDEE, it's best to underestimate your PAL levels, or alternatively, an even simpler and more accurate method is to track your daily steps for a week and average it out. 10,000 steps per day corresponds to a moderate activity level of roughly 1.6 to 1.7. Remember that the process we just went through is an estimate of your caloric output. For some, this works well, and for others, it's completely wrong. Once you have your maintenance calories, you can start tracking your food intake and daily weight. If your weight goes up over the course of a week, you can assume you're in a calorie surplus. If it goes down, you're in a calorie deficit. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Please show your support and hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment or question so we can answer your nutrition and training questions in the future.